The purpose of this presentation is to show the migration track of the Crow Indians. The Crows originated from Ohio, but more specifically from Lake Erie, which is right about here. They were driven out by aggressive neighboring tribes, which forced them to migrate this direction and north, and eventually to Lake Winnipeg. However, this was only a temporary stop, and then they continued to move over to Devil's Lake in North Dakota. From here, the Crow tribe was driven out by the Cheyenne, and they had to move westward. The tribe moved into what is now Montana, but they were unable to settle here because they had many aggressive tribes there as well. In order to claim the new land, they decided to team up with the Kiowa and the Kiowa Apache bands and drove the Shoshone bands out of that land. Ultimately, the land that the Crow tribe rested on encompassed most of Montana and even a bit of Wyoming. And then later, the Kiowa and the Kiowa Apache bands decided to head southwards, leaving that entire land to the Crow tribe to dominate. And this is where they stayed until that land started to become diminished by the United States government. Before the United States decided to establish Indian reservations, the Crow tribe stretched from these borders here then reached down a bit into Wyoming. However, due to the consequences of a treaty made with the United States in 1851, the reservation was then reduced to about this size. And then later again in 1868, the Crow reservation was whittled down to excluding anything in Wyoming and went down to about that size. And then lastly, in 1904, we're left with just a small patch here. And that currently is the Crow Reservation.